A very pleasant afternoon, dear students. Today, we are going to see Part 3, Unit 5, Geography. The name lesson is Hazards. Students, in the previous class, we have discussed about major hazards of India. They are earthquakes, floods, cyclonic storm, droughts, landslides, tsunami, hazardous waste, pollution of air and water. In this, we learnt about the first four topics: earthquakes, floods, cyclonic storm, and droughts in detail. So, students, today in this session, we are going to see the remaining topics: landslides, tsunami, hazardous waste, pollution of air, and pollution of water, and its types in detail. We are going to start the topic with landslides first. Landslides are a serious geographical hazard that occurs in almost all 50 states. They cause significant damages of the people and property. Landslides are caused by the disturbance in the natural stability of a slope. They accompany heavy rain or follow droughts, earthquakes, or volcanic eruption. Landslide is a rapid downward movement of rock, soil, and vegetation down the slope under the influence of gravity. Landslides are generally sudden and infrequent. Presence of steep slope and heavy rainfall are the major causes of landslides. About 50% of India's land mass is prone to landslide hazard. Landslides are very common along the steep slope of Himalayas, the Western Ghats, and along the river valleys. In Tamil Nadu, Kodaikanal and Ooty are frequently affected by landslides. The next topic is tsunami. A tsunami is a series of waves in a water body caused by the displacement of a large volume of water, generally in an ocean or an lake area. Earthquakes, volcanic eruption, and other underwater explosion above or below water have the potential to generate a tsunami. A tsunami is a series of waves under water by earthquake or undersea volcanic eruption. What is tsunami? A tsunami is a series of waves caused by earthquake or undersea volcanic eruption. This force creates waves that radiate outward in all directions away from their source, sometimes crossing entire ozone basin. It is generally noticed in the coastal region and it travels between 640 and 960 km per hour. The word tsunami is derived from Japanese word su, that means harbor, and nami means wave, that means totally harbor, wave. So we all heard about an Indian Ocean tsunami 2004. On December 26, 2004, an undersea earthquake was with the magnitude of 9.1 struck off the coast of the Indonesia island of Sumatra. The tsunami killed at least 2,25,000 people across a dozen countries, with Indonesia, Sri Lanka, India, Thailand, Somalia, and Maldives sustaining massive damage. Students, we are going to see about hazardous wastes. The wastes that may or tend to cause adverse health effects on the ecosystem or human being are called hazardous waste. What is hazardous waste? The waste that may or tend to cause adverse health effects on the ecosystem and human beings are called hazardous waste. Types of major hazardous waste. First one is radioactivity substance, chemicals, medical waste, flammable waste, explosive waste, and household waste. The first one is about radioactive waste. Radioactive is a hazardous because it emits radioactive particles. It is not properly managed, can be a risk to human health and the environment. Radioactive waste is produced by industries such as mining, nuclear power generation, defense, medical, and certain types of scientific researches. It is composed of only lightly contaminated items such as tools, unused fuel pipes of nuclear power plant, and work clothing, and contains only 1% of total radioactivity. Next one is chemical waste. Synthetic organics, inorganic metals, salts, acid, and base, and flammable and explosive. Chemical waste is a waste that is made from harmful chemicals, mostly produced by large factories. This type of hazardous waste must be categorized as to its identity. Hazardous so that it may be softly handled and managed. Synthetic organic compounds are man-made contaminant present in groundwater. Today, there are hundreds of plastic available with over 300 types of plasticizer activities. Today, there are hundreds of plastic available with over 300 types of plasticizers additivities. The next topic is medical waste. Medical waste is a biomedical waste or hospital waste. Yes, any kind of waste containing infectious material. Generally, medical waste is a healthcare waste that contaminated by blood, body fluids, or other potentially infectious materials. From this example, medical waste are cultural dishes, glassware, bandages, gloves, tissues, hypodermic needles, and outdated drugs. The next topic is flammable waste. Flammable waste will create fires under certain conditions, perhaps spontaneously combust, and have a point less than 60 degrees Celsius, that is 140 degree Fahrenheit. Example includes in this waste are ethanol, methanol, hexane, acetic acid, and acetone. Organic solvents, oils, plasticizers, and organic sludges. The topic is explosive. The explosive waste resulting from ordnance manufacturing and some industrial gases. Explosive waste often come from businesses in government, manufacturing and chemical industries. Explosive waste includes any device or material which is chemically or otherwise energetically unstable. The next topic is household hazardous waste. Household hazardous waste are pesticides, waste oil, automobile battery and household battery, brake fluid, car wax, fuel oil, gasoline, oil or gas mixture, etc. Household hazardous waste is any unwanted household products labeled as flammable, toxic, corrosive, or reactive. Chernobyl natural disaster site. Here Chernobyl nuclear accident was happened. It is a power plant accident. Chernobyl is a place. Chernobyl power plant accident is a nuclear accident was happened on 26th April 1986. The radiation emitted was more than 400 times than that released by the atomic bomb dropped on Hiroshima, Japan in 1945. This accident remains the largest nuclear accident in history. As fire raged, the core of reactor number 4 was destroyed due to the fire. A huge cloud of smoke rose into the sky, spreading large amount of radioactive fuels and hazardous waste into the atmosphere. More than 3,50,000 people were evacuated from the area and severe restrictions on permanent human settlement are still in that place. Now, 33 years after the accident, the exclusion zone, which covers an area now is Ukraine and Belarus, is inhabited by numerous animal and more than 200 bird species. In 2016, Ukraine part of this zone was declared as a radiological and environmental biosphere reserve by the government. Next topic is pollution of air. Air is a mixture of several gases. The main gases are nitrogen for forming products such as fertilizers for plants and for making the air inert, oxygen for breathing, and carbon dioxide for photosynthesis. Some other gases like argon, neon, helium, krypton, hydrogen, ozone, xenon, and methane are also present in the atmosphere. Besides, water vapor and dust particles make their presence felt in one way or the other. Air pollution can be categorized into two, that is, primary pollutant and secondary pollutant. Primary pollutant is air pollutant emitted directly from a source. A secondary pollutant is not directly emitted such but forms with other pollutants, that means primary pollutants, react in the atmosphere. Primary pollutants: oxide of sulfur, oxide of nitrogen, oxides of carbon, particulate matter, other primary pollutants or belongs to primary pollutant. Next one is secondary pollutant. Secondary pollutant are ground level ozone and smog. The last topic is pollution of water. Water pollution may be defined as acceleration in the physical, chemical, and biological characteristics of water, which may cause harmful effects in human and aquatic life. In India, water pollution has been taking place on a large scale and since a long period. Both surface and groundwater bodies are polluted to a great extent. The major causes of water pollution in India are urbanization, industrial effluents, sewages, agriculture runoff, and improper agriculture practices, seawater intrusion, and solid waste. What are the prevention measures we need for? Prevention is defined as the activities taken to prevent a natural calamities or potential hazard for having harmful effects on either people or economic assets. Prevention planning consists of hazard identification and vulnerability assessment. Delay action may increase the economic losses. For developing countries like India, prevention is perhaps the most critical component in managing disasters. Children, nature is emerging as a weapon of mass destruction. Do you agree? Yes, we have to agree because we are facing the same situation of destructions. Around 22,000 people have died in India in 10 years until 2017 due to major environmental disaster. Indian Meteorology Department says this. In the past 2 decades, 1998 to 2017, over 5 lakhs people have died due to extreme weather events around the world. Stated by Global Climate Risk Index report published by German Watch, German-based non-profit organization. So students, I hope you all understood what we have discussed in today's class. Do your homework. Thank you.